and she was saying she's hoping the U.S. government is open to conversation and talks between the government and the opposition. Is that something you would be part of if the U.S. were to step in and sort of get a conversation going?
I don't know why there need to be brokerage of any conversation. I don't know that I need someone to broker a conversation with the opposition. We are a country here, and we have responsibility. As President of Guyana, I have a responsibility for the people of Guyana, all the people of Guyana, including the leader of the opposition. And I take the responsibility for all the people of Guyana, including the leader of the opposition, very seriously. I will continue to fulfill my mandate as is expected of me, in line with the Constitution and the rule of law. That you can be guaranteed of. Whatever it requires of me in the execution of my duty to fulfill my responsibility in keeping with the Constitution, my lifeblood would ensure that occurs. My engagement with the people of Guyana does not rest in an individual or in an office. My engagement with the opposition is with every single person. And you know what is funny? Many members of the opposition will call me on a daily basis and will engage in very meaningful discussion. And many of them will say to me that we wish if this was the approach in an overarching way. But I will say to them, as I say to every Guyanese, that my engagement with them as individuals, as collective, with the people of Guyana, is not dependent on an individual. I will execute whatever is required of me in the Constitution, in consultation with everyone the Constitution requires me to. But the leader of the opposition attitude and his demeanor towards me would not in any way, shape or form influence my attitude to the people of Guyana.
But is the government stalling these talks? Because when Mr. Harmon was opposition leader, you had a problem then. Now there's another opposition leader, and there's still no conversations happening.
No. Mostly you're being grossly inaccurate and very convenient.
No, but that's what's happening.
You're being very grossly inaccurate and
true.
Very convenient. I'll tell
That
you
might
how.
sound good as a soundbite, but it's not true.
No, you're my friend, and I'll tell you. And you will remain my friend after this too, long after this. You are being grossly inaccurate and inconvenient.
In terms of what?
I'll tell you now. I have engaged the leader of the opposition on every issue I had to engage him with. The leader of the opposition went to court to stop the consultation on specific constitutional matters. You're aware of this. That's one example. The leader of the opposition went to court to stop the consultation on specific constitutional matters. And the court had to rule on those matters. Secondly, this is a leader of the opposition who does not even have the basic decency to shake the hands of the president. Not once, not twice. I shake the hands and embrace people in my government who sought to prosecute me. Because my interest is in Guyana and the Guyanese people. My interest is not in an individual. And we must not be inconvenient. We must together be able to call a spade a spade. We must be able to call a spade a spade. This is a man who tried to stop consultation by going to court, who refused to shake the president's hand. This is a man who cannot find it convenient to apologize for this country for trying to rig an election. This is a man that was part of a process that tried to derail democracy and put our country in a very, very negative light globally. And here is a president who is working to regain international trust and position our country to be one of the leaders in the world. So we cannot be inconvenient. But if the leader of the opposition comes here in front of me now, again I will stretch my hands to shake his hands, and we'll see his action.
Mr. President, is there an additional role probably to try to break the ice, as the common man would say, in the interest of the national good?
There is no ice. I don't know why we're making
But
something out of this.
he's an elected representative. At least
The leader of the
48% of the
opposition,
population.
the leader of the opposition can pick up the phone tomorrow and call me and I will answer him. The leader of the opposition can pick up the phone tomorrow and ask me, how are you doing? Mr. President, I will say, my friend Norton, how are you?
And if
That-
he says, let's meet,
Did I ever do anything to avoid meeting the leader of the opposition? If I come over to you and shake your hands and you refuse to shake my hand, you're telling me that, listen, I want nothing to do with you? Or is my hand too filthy? I know what my hand is. I know what my hand is.
Why not try
My
another
hand is
time?
ready for prayer. Try what?
Another time.
Try another
reach out
time what?
to
To
him.
shake his hands?
To formally write him and invite him to
No, I
talk.
don't have to formally write someone to talk to them. I talk to every single guy in
As
here.
the elected representative.
Oh, he doesn't have a
48%.
responsibility. He doesn't have a responsibility. I just said to you, the leader of the opposition can pick up the phone tomorrow and call me, and I will speak to him. And you're now putting back that burden on me again. I tried twice to shake the man's hands and he refused. Now you're telling me I must try again. Why he can't try? No, because it's inconvenient for a narrative for him to try. The convenient narrative is that the president is not meeting. That is the convenient narrative. It is inconvenient for the truth, which is the leader of the opposition have no interest in meeting with the president. That narrative is too inconvenient for some to carry. Thank you. When he was leader of the opposition, and even now, you can ask if every time they try to engage, every time he reach out, engagement is not in the public domain. Engagement is about building relationship. Engagement is about nurturing relationship. Engagement is about building trust. And you can find out every time, every single time there was a request or there was a call, whether I did not take the call and whether there was not engagement. There was always engagement on development issue. And Harmon always called. As leader of the opposition, he would call on important development issue. And we would exchange ideas. Engagement is not only a public spectacle. Engagement is how you build that relationship, how you build that trust, how you nurture that trust. And that is what is critical. If you can't shake hands, how can you nurture trust? Here is a president who is willing to go beyond you trying to keep him out of office by undemocratic means. You trying to keep him in office by breaking the rule of law. Going beyond that to try to shake your hands and you refuse. What kind of person are you? What kind of being are you to do that?